For this question, you are asked to solve the simultaneous equation without using a calculator. As you can see that this pair of simultaneous equation is quite complicated. Your x and y are all at the power, they are all indexed. Alright, so the first thing you have to do is, of course, I name my first equation number 1 and I name my second equation number 2. So the strategy here is to change my equation 1 to base 5 and I change my equation 2 to base 2. How do I know that? Because if you look at equation number 1, I have 525 and 25 as my base, and you should be sensitive to these numbers because they all can be changed to base 5. Likewise, for equation number 2, I have the numbers 32, 8 and 16. I can change all of them to base 2, so I will do that one by one. So first, I change it to base 5 for equation 1. So you can see that 125 is actually 5 cubed and 25 is actually 5 squared. Alright, so I can say that, can you see that I can use my law of indices when it's division. I can take 3x minus 7. How do I get 7? 2 multiplied by 3.5 is 7. So can you see that I have the same base left hand side and right hand side? Then I can compare my index. I have y equals to 3x minus 7. I call this equation number 3. I do the same thing for my equation number 2. So I'll have 32 to be 2 to the power of 5, 8 to be 2 cubed, and 16 to be 2 to the power of 4. So when it's multiplied, I can add the 2 power over here since the base are the same, which is 2. Alright, so again I can compare my index because my base is the same. I have 5xy plus 27x equals to 12. I call this equation 4. So now I have equation 3 and equation 4. These are just like my standard equations for simultaneous equation. So my next step is to substitute equation number 3 into 4. Alright, so when I substitute 3 into the 4, I have an equation of x. And you can see that I can simplify it to an extent where I have a quadratic equation. I make my right hand side 0. I factorize it. So I have x equals to 6 over 5 as my first answer and x equals to negative 2/3 as my second answer. So for each of them, I have to find my value for y. So I substitute this into my equation of my line again. Since it's the easier choice, I'll have negative 17 over 5. I substitute x equals to negative 2/3 into my equation for my line. I will have y is equals to negative 9. So I have two answers for x and I have two answers for y.